Bitcoin closed at over 10 grand this weekend. Look where we're at now. Oh. Welcome back to Crypto Curious. This is not the weekly review. Bitcoin made it up over 10 grand this weekend. You've probably seen all the videos. They're all cheering and happy and wonderful things. We're over 10 grand. This morning I look at it and what do I find? Yeah, we're down below 10 grand again. But we did close over. First, before we get to all that, if you find what I'm doing valuable, please like, subscribe, and share to the video. Also, if you are of a mind, feel free to send a little crypto my way. You can find these addresses on cryptocurious.tv/support. So let's get back to the topic. And this really will be a 10-minute or so video. Everybody was so happy this weekend. We closed over 10 grand. And yesterday's candle, I've got a close of 10,151. That's a solid close, over 10 grand. This morning, we're currently at 98.19. A couple of $100 down. We've $300 down from where we were, a couple of $100 under 10 grand. What's going on? Well, honestly, if you watch my channel often, you know I don't look at the daily charts very much. The only reason I'm looking at them today is because I wanted to show you that we did actually close over 10 grand. If we look at the weekly, and of course, you know, this is going to show us that we closed over 10 grand as well, because it looks like the closing candle is last night's. So it looks like the week starts on Monday and ends on Sunday. That's good to know. I was not sure if it ended on Saturday or Sunday. So we have a good weekly candle closing at above 10 grand. Now we've got this red candle, and you know, the weekly volume, it's still showing green volume. Actually, at this point, we're not showing hardly any volume. I guess if I look at it closely, I can see that it is actually red. What's going on? Well, we are going through this whole process of getting above 10 grand. $10,000 is a big even. It is a psychological milestone. And so, of course, it becomes an issue. Now, we did not hit 10 grand and bounce off. That would be what you would expect normally from such a large milestone. But if we look back, every other time, especially this last time, every other time we've gone through 10 grand, it has gone through without being a problem. So I don't expect and didn't expect a bounce off of 10 grand. We got above it. We got $100 above it, $150 above it. It was not an issue. But it's still that psychological level. And so people got there and decided, oh, we've got 10 grand, time to sell. I don't think it's going to be a problem. I think that as the day goes on, I think this red candle is going to turn green, and I think we're going to continue to climb through. The next place we're going to have issues is at this yellow line, and that's at 10,500. That is really where we are going to find resistance. And that's because if you look, we've got resistance here. This is back in September. We've got a little bit of resistance here. This is back in July. And we've even got resistance back here in February of 2018. You can, in all three of these instances, the price went up and bounced off this line. I suspect that we're going to do the same. The other thing the other reason I'm not concerned about this drop in price, unlike last time where we had a parabolic rise, and you can see, if you look at my bubble pop indicator here, this green line, you can see we started into a bubble. We were going into a bubble, and that is what the problem was, is that we rose so fast that by the time we got up here to $14,000, people started to decide, hey, we've made some profit. Time to take some of that money back, and it cascaded, and we started into that slow spiral down. If you look at what we've got now, it's not necessarily that inverted climb like I was expecting. Where we have the inverse of this going up. It's very close. It's very measured. That means that it is slow, it's organic, it's healthy. That's a fantastic thing. That's why I'm not worried about this red candle. It's early on Monday morning, and I think that by the time we get through this day, I think we're going to find that we have green on the board. I think we're going to continue on through 10,000 up to this 10,500, and I think that's where we're going to have the issues, if we have any. $10,000 per Bitcoin is a milestone. Everybody is going to be talking about it. You're going to hear it on your favorite cable news channel because it's been a while. We haven't been at 10,000 since, September? October? August. August was September. September was the last time we were at $10,000. So it's been a while. It's been a few months. This is news, and so people are going to be talking about it. That's okay. That's not a problem. Don't worry that we're down a few $100s. This is just a blip on the radar. It's going to continue up. And again, even if it bounces off the 10.5 like I expect it to, I don't think it's going to drop all that far. It will go up once or twice, and then it will push through. And then the next part of resistance, next line of resistance, once it passes through, once it gets through that 10.5, that will become support. It's now resistance. It will become support once we get through it. And then the next line is 11.5. That's where we really have the resistance, is at 11.5. We've got it here, here, and back here on the way down. And again, once we push through it solidly, this resistance will become support. And we will not, I believe, we will not see a under $10,000 Bitcoin ever again. As always, this is not investment advice, but as long as we're only 4 figures for a Bitcoin, it seems like a good time to buy to me, because it's not going to last. We're going to go above $10,000 and we're going to stay up there. So if you want cheap Bitcoin, now's the time to buy. All right, so we're at 8 minutes and 30 seconds. I promised a 10-minute video. I'm going to cut it off here. I just wanted to very quickly point out that, hey, we've made it up to 10 grand. We bounced off. We're back under. We're going to go back up again. This is not a big issue, but it's nice to see that we're back up in 5-figure territory. And I think that once it hits the news, I think people are going to start buying again, and we're going to have a positive, if not a positive day, it's certainly going to be a positive week. That's all I had for you today. This weekend, I don't know what's going to happen. I am going to be at a hackathon. I'm at the ETH Denver hackathon all weekend, so I don't know when I'm going to have time to make a video. I'm going to try and get one out this weekend, my usual weekly review, but I don't know when I'm going to have the time. Anyway, you guys have a wonderful week, and we will talk to you next time.